Emeka, just bite once, okay? Did you enjoy it?
In a small town in Nigeria, there was a quiet compound with 4 rooms facing each other. People in the compound lived like family. They greeted each other every morning, shared food sometimes, and laughed together in the evening when the weather was cool. In this same compound lived a young couple named Emeka and Ada. They were loved by everyone because they were peaceful, humble, and always smiling. Emeka loved Ada with all his heart. He respected her, helped her in the kitchen, washed plates sometimes, and always held her hand when they walked to the market together. Ada too loved Emeka deeply. She cooked for him, prayed for him, and supported him in everything he did. When people looked at them, they always said, "This is how love should be." But in that same compound lived a woman named Ngozi, who stayed in the room next to theirs. Ngozi was not happy with her life. She was always angry, always jealous, and always looking for trouble. She had no husband, no child, and no peace. Anytime she saw Emeka and Ada laughing or playing, she would hiss and look away. Inside her heart, she wished their relationship would scatter. She wished Emeka would love her instead of Ada, even though she knew she had a wicked mind. One hot afternoon, something happened that changed everything. Ada went to her shop in the market, and Emeka was alone at home, pressing his phone in the sitting room. Suddenly, there was a soft knock on the door. When he opened it, Ngozi stood there with a fake smile on her face. "Good afternoon, Emeka," she said sweetly. "Please, my phone battery is low. Can I charge it inside your room? My socket is not working." Normally, Emeka didn't like allowing Ngozi inside because he knew she was not a good person. But because he didn't want trouble or gossip, he said, "Okay, no problem. Bring it." She walked inside slowly, looking around the house with jealous eyes. The room was neat, smelling nice, full of peace, something her own room didn't have. She sat down without being invited and removed one small shiny apple from her bag.
Emeka, just bite once, okay?
Emeka refused at first. "No, thank you, I'm okay." But Ngozi insisted with a strange smile, pushing the apple closer to him. Unknown to Emeka, she had charmed the apple with something evil from a native doctor. The charm was strong, made to confuse the heart and blind the mind. After pressing him for long, Emeka finally took it so she would stop talking.
Did you enjoy it?
One bite. Just one small bite. That was all the charm needed. As soon as he swallowed it, something changed in his eyes. His heart shifted. His mind became weak. He didn't feel normal. Something dark entered him slowly. Ngozi watched him with wicked joy. The charm was working. From that day, Emeka's love for Ada began to die little by little. He stopped smiling with her. He stopped helping her. He stopped holding her hand. He even started avoiding her food, coming home late, and shouting at her for every small thing. Ada cried almost every night. She knelt and prayed, "God, what is happening to my husband? Why has he changed? What did I do wrong?" But she did not know her enemy was right inside her compound. Ngozi started wearing short clothes, walking past Emeka on purpose, bending down anyhow, talking sweetly whenever she saw him, pretending to be gentle. And because of the charm, Emeka started falling for her like a blind man walking into a pit. He started visiting her room. He started telling her things he never told Ada. He even started buying her small gifts. People in the compound were shocked. One neighbor named Mama Ifoma called Ada one evening and said, "My daughter, you and your husband are no longer close. Is everything okay?" Ada wiped her tears and forced a smile. "We are fine, Ma." But deep inside, she was breaking. Her home was shaking. Her heart was bleeding. Soon, the whole compound noticed that something was wrong. Emeka even started insulting Ada in public. One day, He shouted at her in front of people because she asked why he didn't eat her food. On that day, Ada went inside and cried till her eyes were swollen like she was fighting someone. Ngozi was happy, wickedly happy. She smiled anytime she heard Ada crying. She danced in her room quietly, saying, "I have taken her husband. She can cry all she likes." She believed the charm had won. But something stronger than her charm was watching everything. God. Weeks passed. Emeka became worse. He stayed more with Ngozi than with his own wife. Sometimes he didn't even sleep at home. Ada became thin, her face full of sadness. People started pitying her. One afternoon, she went to church alone. She knelt down and cried like a baby. "God, please don't let my marriage scatter. Please bring my husband back. Whatever is controlling him, remove it." She prayed for hours. A woman in church went to her and touched her shoulder. "God will fight for you. Do not fear." And truly, God started working that same week. One night, Emeka had a terrible dream. He saw himself in a dark forest, chained like a prisoner. He heard Ngozi laughing somewhere far away. And he saw Ada crying, calling his name, begging him to come back. Then suddenly, a bright light shone from the sky and a voice said, "This is not where you belong. Go home." Emeka woke up sweating. His heart was beating fast. He felt strange, like something tight was pulling him. He could not sleep. That morning, he felt a sharp headache that refused to stop. His eyes were clearing little by little. His mind was fighting the charm. Ngozi noticed something was wrong. She rushed to him and said, "Come to my room. Let me give you food." But Emeka looked at her for the first time with a confused face, like he was seeing her clearly. She didn't look beautiful anymore. She looked wicked, like a thief stealing something that wasn't hers. "What am I doing here?" he whispered to himself. That evening, Ada was cooking in the kitchen when Emeka walked in slowly. He stood at the door watching her. Something in his chest felt warm, like the love he lost was coming back. "Ada," he said quietly. Ada turned. When she saw him, tears rushed into her eyes. She didn't ask questions. She just stood there shaking. Emeka held his head. "I don't know what is happening to me. My mind. My heart. Something has been wrong. I'm sorry. I am so sorry." Ada burst into tears and ran into his arms. For the first time in many weeks, he hugged her back tightly. That night, he slept beside her for the first time in a long time. The next morning, the charm broke fully. His eyes opened. He remembered everything. The apple, the sweetness that felt strange, the way Ngozi looked at him. He started shaking in anger. "I was charmed," he said. "Ada, she used something on me." Ada already suspected, so she just cried and thanked God. Emeka went straight to his pastor. The pastor prayed for him, poured anointing oil on his head, and broke every evil hold. By the time he got home, he felt free. He felt clean. He felt like himself again. When Ngozi tried to talk to him later that day, Emeka ignored her completely. He didn't even look at her. She got angry and started insulting him, but he walked past her like she was air. The charm had finished. Her wicked plan had failed. She later packed her things and left the compound secretly because everyone began gossiping about her. She couldn't face the shame. After she left, peace returned. Emeka knelt before Ada and said, "My wife, forgive me. I did not know what I was doing." Ada wiped his tears and said, "God has brought you back. I forgive you." Their love became even stronger than before. They prayed together every night. They laughed again. They cooked together. They walked on the road holding hands again, just like before the storm. People in the compound smiled and said, "God has restored their home." And truly, God had done it. No charm can stand where God is. No wicked plan can scatter what God protects. And that was how love won again. Moral lesson from this story. 1. Jealousy and wickedness always lead to shame. Ngozi used charm and wicked plans to destroy another person's home, but in the end she lost everything and ran away in shame. Evil may look strong for a moment, but it can never win forever. 2. God can restore anything that the enemy tries to destroy. Even when things looked hopeless for Emeka and Ada, God fought for them, broke the charm, and brought peace back into their marriage. Nothing is too hard for God to fix. Bible verse from the story. Isaiah chapter 54 verse 17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. This verse fits the story because the evil charm formed against Emeka and Ada did not succeed. God protected them and restored their love. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more interesting stories.